Alright, we got a great muscle up drill for you right here. So first off, let's start with what we're trying to fix. So what we have here is we have uh, a good friend of mine doing a good drill, but where he's losing this connection, this part, he's kind of messing this up. So if you look at the back, he kicks those heels up, bending the knees too much, which doesn't allow him to really engage his posterior chain. And by that posterior chain, I'm talking about his glutes and hamstrings fully engaged so that when he snaps his hip up there, he's able to create that energy. All right, see right there, just too much bending in the back. Okay, you will see this, say in workouts and competitions, people will have that unnecessary bending, and I'm not going to just flat out call them wrong, but what I am telling you is that they might have to be compensating a little bit much, say with their arms, to doing more of the work rather than using more of their hips to do less of the work. And so at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what skill level you're at, you can always get better. Okay, notice where he pulled the rings was right to his chest. You really want to, for this drill, try to get those rings to your hips. Alright, start from the top. You jump up to the rings, directly under the rings, and make sure that you hollow your body out. By hollowing your body out, you squeeze your stomach, you squeeze your quads. You're going to jump up, grab the rings, and your body's nice and tight. This is going to really help you alleviate from unnecessary swinging. So right here, boom, if I jump up, my heels are back. Now I got to re-engage. I've just created an unnecessary swing. All right, this is the good drill. This is how you're supposed to do this drill. So you come back on the back part, you're squeezing your butt as tight as you can, and from here, snap the hip by squeezing your butt and literally driving your hips to those rings. Once that happens, you're kind of floating. You just move the rings right to your hips. If you try to use your arms in this drill to pull the rings to your hips, you're going to end up pulling them in the wrong position. And so the wrong position for this drill. Because the big thing you're trying to get here is if you can get your hips to those rings high enough and smooth enough, you won't have to pull your body through the muscle up. You'll literally just roll over the top of the rings. So right here, you're going to get into this muscle up. On the back part, you create that tension nice and tight. There's a good kip. And then on this next part, you're going to see another good kip. Okay? Now, big thing to understand here is the toes are going to go above the rings, and that's okay for this drill. But the whole point of this drill is learning how to use your body to almost make it float and roll right over the top of the rings. Okay? A lot of times you're going to see people and they get really tired and they start chicken winging their elbows out and all that kind of stuff. It's because their body's natural tendency just wants to pull those rings through their chest and so on. So if you can let your primary movers, those glutes and hamstrings, those big movers that you got, create some of that power for you, you'll really save a lot of grip and all that, and so muscle ups won't turn into be such a grip intensive deal. Now granted, this all goes out the window once you get tired, but if you start good, you'll finish